Hey everyone, and welcome. So, are you planning a trip soon? And maybe you're hoping to feel a little more confident with your English? Well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to build up your travel vocabulary to help you have a truly amazing adventure. Let's get right into it.
We're going to cover the entire journey from start to finish. First, preparing your adventure. Then, getting from A to B. We'll talk about describing your experience, connecting with people, and of course, handling money and shopping. Let's begin.
All right, first things first, preparation. Before you can even start dreaming about relaxing on a beach or exploring a cool new city, there are a few really important things you've got to do.
There are 3 crucial steps we need to cover. First, you might need to get official permission to travel. Second, well, you're going to need a place to sleep. And third, you have to pack your things. So let's take a closer look at each one. So what does it actually mean to get a visa? A visa is an official document, like a stamp in your passport, that lets you enter a country for a certain amount of time. Now, depending on where you're from and where you're going, this could be a really important first step.
Next up, you need to book accommodation. This is just a fancy way of saying you need to reserve your place to stay. You know, this could be a hotel, a hostel, maybe even a campsite. Booking it early is usually a great idea. It often saves you time and a bit of money, too. And of course, you can't really go anywhere without your suitcase. This is the bag where you pack all of your clothes, your shoes, and everything else you're going to need for your holiday. Just try not to make it too heavy. Okay, so you're all packed and you're ready to go. Now for the super exciting part, the journey itself. This section is all about the words you'll need while you're actually on the move. There are just so many ways to travel, right? For those really long distances, you'll probably go by plane. If you want to journey with some beautiful scenery, you might take a trip by train. A coach is basically a big, comfortable bus that's great for going between cities. And of course, sometimes the best way to explore a new place is just on foot. Now, traveling is usually an amazing experience, but let's be realistic for a second. Sometimes things don't go perfectly, and knowing the right words for common problems, super useful.
For example, you might face a delay, which means you have to wait longer than you expected. If you're on the roads, you could get stuck in a traffic jam. And hey, when you're exploring, it's pretty easy to get lost. Trust me, it happens to everyone. Another classic problem is running to the station only to miss a train.
So what is a delay exactly? Well, it just means your plane, your train, or your bus is going to leave later than planned. And yeah, it can be a little frustrating, but it's a very common word you'll probably hear when you're traveling.
You've arrived. You're finally there. You're seeing new sights, trying new foods. But how do you actually talk about it? This next section is all about the words you can use to describe your experiences.
Look, your trip is going to have some really good moments and maybe some not so good ones. For the amazing times, you can use words like gorgeous or delicious. And for the parts that weren't so great, well, maybe something was horrible or just a little bit boring.
Let's start with an awesome word, gorgeous. This is such a fantastic, strong word for something that is more than just beautiful. You can use it for a stunning sunset, an incredible building, or, a fantastic view. It's a great one to know. And for the food, the best word is delicious. When you eat something that tastes really good, don't just say it's good. Say it's delicious. People will know you absolutely loved it. On the flip side, what if an activity just isn't fun or interesting? You can say it was boring. Maybe a long tour with way too much talking was a little bit boring. It's a simple, really clear way to say you weren't very excited about something.
A huge part of any trip is the people you meet along the way. So let's learn a few simple phrases for connecting with others.
Being friendly can make your trip so much better. You could try to make a friend on your journey. You could be helpful and give someone directions if they look a bit lost, or you can just do something simple to make someone smile. These little actions can make a huge difference. To make a friend is such a wonderful goal for any trip. It just means to start a new friendship with someone. You might make a friend on a tour, in your hotel, or maybe at a little cafe. Now here's a very common situation. You might need to ask for directions, or maybe someone will ask you for help. When you give someone directions, you're helping them find their way. It's also a great way to talk with local people. All right, we've reached our final section. It's time to talk about something very practical, money and shopping. Let's learn the essential words you'll definitely need when you're out buying things.
When you go shopping, there are a few key words that are great to know. You'll probably want to buy souvenirs to remember your trip. If you're hoping to save a little money, look for things that are on sale. You might pay with cash, actual bills and coins, and it's always a good idea to ask for a receipt. Finally, who doesn't love to find a good bargain?
So, what exactly is a bargain? It's simple. A bargain is something you buy for a much lower price than you were expecting. It's that wonderful feeling you get when you find something really great for a fantastic price.
So there we have it. We've covered preparing, traveling, describing, connecting, and shopping. You now have a fantastic set of new words to make your next trip way smoother and, honestly, a lot more fun. The only question left is, where will your new words take you? Happy travels!